Hello and welcome. Olga is here and welcome to this video blog, this week's video blog. Today we're talking about if you feel guilty charging for your services and free keys on how to release it. You probably can hear me being a little nasal, still getting over a bit of a cold, but I wanted to jump in on this conversation with you and talk and tap about this. I was just reading through a few Facebook feeds and a couple of people were kind of bringing it up. One of the person in the group that I'm very active with talked about how she has this gorgeous retreat laid out for her that she will be leading, and she has all the parts and pieces of the puzzle together, but she keeps on procrastinating of sending out that email, and she feels that all the guilt coming up because it almost feels too easy for her to make money that way, because this is something that she naturally likes to do and everything is already taken care of, and she just needs to show up and be in her highest and best self. So if you ever had a similar feeling, especially if you're a heart-centered provider or you are starting your own business and you're really struggling charging for the work that you love, listen on, because we are about to get into some really juicy things that will help you out. First of all, I wanted to share with you that you are not alone, and I still have this feeling even after 4 years of doing the work that I do, which is absolutely something that I love, tapping with people, working through EFT and fast EFT to help people release the limiting beliefs and fears and doubts about themselves is my absolute passion. This is, I wouldn't do anything else even if I would never charge for it. But you either will have a profitable business or an expensive hobby, right? So those of us who are entering this field and have an intention of creating a business that support our lifestyle, it's very, very important to address any guilt around charging for the work we do. Recently I had a conversation with this guy I'm dating, and he's a lawyer, and I said, well, how much do you charge an hour? He said $250 an hour. And he didn't blink or he didn't like cringe when he said this number. It's a very normal thing for certain fields in our society to charge certain prices. But for people who are healers and teachers, and especially anything in the alternative field like an EFT practitioner or meditation teacher or nutritionist, it really is difficult for us to step into this. Now, it's important to acknowledge it and just that it's okay to charge for doing what I love. I do deliver an exceptional service and I do worth and deserve receiving it. Before we get into tapping, there's three things that I wanted for you to pay attention to as you having this conversation, as you're doing this mindset work with yourself. First one has to do with the guilt. And here's the thing about guilt, guys. If you feel guilty, you will always find a way to sabotage yourself. You'll always find a way to punish yourself. So be very peculiar with this feeling, because it really can sabotage and it can really ruin quite a few things going right in your life when you feel guilty. It's just very heavy, dense feeling that kind of pulls everything down. So anytime and every time you feel guilty, just tap on it. Just step aside and say, okay, I feel guilty. It's okay to let it go. It's safe to clear it. Just let it go. I release and let it go. Something very simple. Just break it so you don't get into more of a story. The second piece that is so important for us to being comfortable with charging what we're worth is forgiveness. And if you guys watched any of my videos, you heard me talking about this over and over again. This is something that people who are extremely successful talk about all the time. People like Tash Corbin and Denise Duffel-Formos, they understand that forgiveness is an important part to this puzzle. This is something that we have to do. We have to do this work to release and let go, either forgiving ourselves or people in our lives who we still have some resentment toward. Now, why is it so important? Forgiveness, the opposite to forgiveness is probably resentment. There's a lot of emotions on the other end, right? But one of them is resentment. So when you're resenting something, you're creating an energetic blockage to receiving. Remember how we said that everything you give to others, you give to yourself, right? It's just a law of attraction. And then so when you have this energetic blockages within, it really is hard to make steps forward and to enjoy your life and to receive abundance, because you will sabotage yourself one way or another. There's part of you will believe that you're not deserving it. So always tap on forgiveness. And we'll do a round of tapping in just a second, as I promised. And the last piece, something that I work with a client a lot now, has to do with the feeling upgrades. So here's the thing. Feelings are so much more important and stronger than I thought. So you could be thinking, I want to make a lot of money. I'm making $100,000 a year. I receive abundance. I am worthy and deserving. And it's great. Positive affirmations do work long term. Now, what works faster and create even better momentum in combination with affirmations is feelings. If you can learn how to feel good on a daily basis, if you can learn to tune in to the abundance that surrounds you every day, whether it's the sunshine or abundance of time or abundance of fresh water or beautiful wind or sunshine, or if you go outside, you see so many things that are abundant, like grass never struggled to grow, right? The rain is abundant, the sky is abundant, the ocean, the sand, everything in nature is abundant. So if you can tune into this energy or something that you enjoy doing, this incremental feeling upgrades will create a state of being that will accelerate your creative actions and that will accelerate money coming into your life. So let's go ahead and start tapping. So there's a few things I want you to bring in as we're starting. First, think if there's any guilt. Feel any guilt that's coming up. Second, think about a person that you want to forgive, somebody who hurt you, or that you feel a bit of resentment to, or anger, or any negative emotion that you'd like to clear. And finally, set an intention to start feeling better, to start practicing better feelings on a day-to-day basis. And as you do, just take a deep breath. Just breathe in and breathe out. And as you do, just drop your shoulders and just tap between your eyes. Say this guilt for charging for my services. I procrastinate. I'm putting off to sending this email or posting that announcement on the Facebook. All the ways I'm stopping myself from receiving abundance. That limiting belief of mine that making money have to be hard. I release and let it go. The guilt, the anger, the resentment, and everything else that is part of this story. That person that I learned it from, I observed it and I digested it. And I thought that this is how life's supposed to be. I release and let it go. The struggle, all the imprints, especially from childhood, all the way my parents struggled, all the beliefs I've learned from them. It's safe to clear it. It's my time to release the guilt, to allow myself to receive effortlessly. It's safe to let it go. I choose forgiveness over resentment because forgiveness is for me. Forgiveness sets me free. I release and let it go. I choose to feel good. I upgrade my feelings on a daily basis. This is my number one to do on the list, is to feel good. When I feel good, everything else gets done faster. Not only that, I'm starting to realize that half of the things on my to-do list are just to please others so they can help me feel better. So I can cut them down. So feeling better saves me time and energy. It makes me a better problem solver, more creative thinker. So I choose to feel good. Tuning in to the incremental feeling upgrades. Choosing activities that nurture my soul. And as I do this, more abundance flow into my life. It's safe for me to release procrastination, to take the step, to allow it to be simple and easy. It's okay for it to be easy. After all, I'm done with struggle. I'm ready for easy. Easy is my new normal. It's okay to receive. It's safe for me to create a business in life that supports my soul, my desires, my lifelong dreams. Tapping into this creative ability of mine and taking inspired actions with ease. So grab your wrist, pulse round, and breathe in. And breathe out. And say peace. Fantastic job. Thank you so much for tapping with me. If you are not part of our gorgeous online community, we are at Resilient Entrepreneurs in the Facebook group. You can also find more information about me and the work that I do at www.olgabochareva.com. Hope to see you around soon, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.